Hello and welcome back to Lancashire vs Durham for the final day of the County Championship match between the two sides. Lancashire currently 155 for 4, looking to salvage.
Bang on as Bailey starts us off from the Finkel end, and Beddingham gets underway for day 3 here at the C-Unit Riverside. Moving on to
Tickle down the leg side there. It's going to run away for 4. Up towards the Lumley end.
Yep.
First boundary of the day there. About 100. Lovely shot there. Pierced the gap. Brilliant there from David Beddingham. Just textbook cover drive. That's going to run away all the way to the boundary for 4. Full and straight.
David Bedingham, what a day.
Yeah, special. I think waking up, I would have been happy just scoring a couple more runs, but obviously myself and Akas took it quite deep. I think we were quite responsible, and yeah, it worked out.
Hello and welcome back to day 4, the final day of Lancashire versus Durham. Lancashire currently 155 for 4, hoping to salvage a draw and some points, vital points, in their relegation scrap. Durham here looking to seal victory and effectively seal safety in Division 1. Lancashire got off to a tough start on the first morning. It was delayed a little bit by some rain. They made 228. Matt Hurst was there sort of saviour, making 90. Batted really, really well. Very patient, very watchful for a while. Before David Beddingham just piled on the runs. 279, his first-class record, a Durham first-class record. And alongside Colin Ackerman's 186, who played second fiddle. And that's saying something in how well David Beddingham batted. They put on 573 for 9 declared. 4 wickets for Luke Wells there. And then currently Lancashire, as I mentioned, 155 for 4 right now. Luke Wells made 29. Keaton Jennings went early though, however, making a third ball duck. Josh Bohannon, 56. Fell just before the close of play yesterday. And with George Bell, who made a 2-ball duck. And currently Matt Hurst, 43 not out, alongside George Balderson, who's 14 not out. I'm Toby alongside Ash. How are you?
I'm very well, mate. Excited for today. This could be a really long day, could be a really short day, but we went out and had a look at the pitch this morning. The pitch still looks really flat. Not a lot of sign of rough out there, so not expecting it to turn. There may be a little bit of inconsistent bounce, as you might expect on day 4, but let's see what we've got installed today. Callum Parkinson starts us off, and Hurst gets his account underway for the morning. A nice punch out into the offside. Second new ball you feel is going to be vital in this game, and there's still 29 overs to go before that second new ball. I'm sure Durham will take that straight away.
Yeah, just before the lunch break, so they might hope to have a few overs with it, get the batters thinking about it over lunch, and then come back fresh after the break and really look to attack and try and get a few breakthroughs if they haven't managed to before then.
Yeah, just need to keep it simple, keep bowling good areas and stay patient today, Durham. It's defended nicely by Balderson first up off the back foot. But yeah, patience is going to be the key on such a long day potentially for Durham. Oh, and he finds the outside edge, and that will run away down past Borthwick, who's down and up and doesn't throw. Gets Balderson a couple and gets his account underway.
It's a good start here by Parkinson. Got that second ball to turn a little bit from the rough outside the left-hander. That's the only real spot where there is any rough. It's still a little bit light, so over the day I'm sure it'll develop. Gets that one to go a little bit as well, challenging the inside edge this time of George Balderson.
Yeah, I like this. 2 men either side of the bat start off the day. Got McKinney and Ackerman. 6'7". In that batter pad on the offside.
Big wingspan at least if it goes either side. Going to struggle to loop it over his head as well.
I can tell you it's bitterly fresh out there this morning. That wind is biting. It's coming from the north. Parkinson on the money there, ends over 1. The numbers that Lancashire will be looking at is there's 95 overs left in the day's play for them, not just to survive, but to be looking to get a draw, and they're trailing at the moment by 187. So they're the key numbers from a Lancashire point of view. The number for Durham is 6 wickets.
Yeah, that's all they've got to be focusing on, really. Taking wickets. If they can get a couple now, they'll be in great position going forward. But otherwise, when the new ball comes, as we've mentioned already, just after or in and around the lunch break, that's when they're going to have to strike. Matt Potts, the key man so far, 3 for 38 he took yesterday in those first 51 overs. Bowled really, really nicely. Callum Parkinson, the other man with the wicket, bowled Luke Wells round his legs, looking to switch hit, reverse sweep it, as he'd done successfully just before.
Most important things first. Sausage and mash on the menu tonight.
Or some butternut squash for the vegetarians.
Yeah, that's for Stevie. You can keep your butternut squash, mate.
And Matt Potts does take the second over from the Lumley end, looking to continue his fine day yesterday. Taking 6 wickets in the match, 3 in the first innings, and another 3 yesterday. Just getting the ball to nibble around a fraction. And off to the back foot there. Lovely shot from Matt Hurst, but a brilliant diving effort from Baz the leader down at backward point. Just gets a strong hand to save the boundary.
It's a good bit of work that from today. A nice start. Both batsmen looking positive this morning. Knowing that probably the best way for Lancashire to save this game is to get a lead here on the final day.
You'd think if they, even once they've got the lead, just keep batting. Don't even think about declaration. They're unlikely to take the 10 wickets needed. Just flicked off his leg there from Matt Hurst. Yeah, you can't imagine declaration.
There'll be 0 declaration from Lancashire today.
I think it's almost more likely they shake hands at 4 p.m. if Lancashire have a big enough lead. They've just got to try and keep building these two. Batted nicely at the back end of yesterday. I think Balderson sort of just came in. He's just trying to anchor and partner Matt Hurst, who will be vital in Lancashire's hopes here. Brilliant first innings knock, 90. Very watchful, very patient early on. Took about 26 balls to get off the mark, 27 balls to get off the mark. Not so this innings, however.
Already a nice partnership developing between these two.
Round the wicket now from Potts. Just gets Balderson onto the back foot there.
Partnership on 34, but more importantly, it's been off 85 balls at the moment, so occupying the crease.
Yeah, he's got to take time out of the game of these two. Even if they make it to lunch, though, it's still going to be a long day ahead for the Lancashire lineup. Oh, and that's tight. That's the big appeal. And he's gone. Matt Potts has the breakthrough. His 4th of the game. A brilliant delivery there. Just angled in to George Balderson, who misses it on the inside edge. And that is a crucial breakthrough. Matt Potts yet again starring for Durham.
Yeah, huge breakthrough for Durham. Balderson LBW to Potts for 16. I was just talking about the partnership that he was building with Hurst. But he has to go now, and 161 for 5. So the magic number now for Durham is 5. They're halfway towards victory. That's a crucial breakthrough here early on day 4.
That's exactly how Durham would have wanted to start. Early wicket, sending George Balderson, who is a more than capable batter, strong all-rounder he is, back to the pavilion. And it's going to bring out, you'd think, the Indian overseas now, Venkatesh Iyer, who slid down the order this innings.
He was off the field for a little bit in the first inning, so the highest he might be allowed to bat is at number 7 when we were talking to the scorers. So he is at the crease now, and he's got a little bit to prove. Hasn't set the world on fire in his short time at Lancashire, so he'll no doubt be feeling a little bit of pressure. And Matthew Potts, 4 wickets. He's on a little bit of a tear, and his adrenaline will be pumping. He has 4 for 41 now, and just 1 ball remaining in his 15th over. But you're right, Toby, the perfect start for Durham.
Yeah, if they wanted to have any hopes of getting a quick victory, I think that's exactly how they'd start. Matt Hurst is still going to be a challenge down the other end. But now they're getting towards the tail. Venkatesh Iyer, another capable batter, can more than handle himself, as you said, though Ash hasn't really proven himself in these English conditions yet. He's only played about 20 first-class matches as well. I think basically every single one will have been in vastly different conditions to these. Be interesting to see how he goes about his business. A very strong white ball batter, very aggressive in that format, similar to Matt Hurst actually. So maybe he'll look to try and put the pressure back on Durham. But realistically, it's the time that they're going to have to bat here, Lancashire. Try and survive the 94.1 overs still in today's play. 5 wickets, though Durham will be hunting for, searching for. Similar field here, man in at short leg for Matt Potts, just in case he flicks it off. A couple slips. And then another regulation, sort of forward square leg. Ringfield on the offsides as well. Almost tight again there. Brilliant take down the leg side from Ollie Robinson. Tumbling away to his right to close that over off for Matt Potts. Lancashire just trying to flick that one away. And Potts gets a vital breakthrough there. Brilliant over. Goes for 3, but gets that breakthrough. Sending George Balderson and replacing him with Venkatesh Iyer.
Yeah, perfect start for Durham. Picking up a wicket in the second over. Matthew Potts. 4 wickets now.
Callum Parkinson will continue now. Going to be bowling around the wicket to the right-hander that is Matt Hurst. Not quite as much rough outside his off stump, but he'll be looking to challenge both edges here, getting a couple to grip perhaps and beat Matt Hurst on the outside edge, and a few might slide on as well with the arm.
This is tucked away by Hurst, and he'll pick up one. Potts brilliant in the field, gets around. His throw's a little bit wayward, and Iyer comfortably completes a single.
I don't think Durham will mind that too much. Get the new batter on strike. The rough outside, his off stump now, the left-hander. And Parkinson's going to really be targeting that. Helmet's back on now as well. Either side of the bat, which I think is great to see. Just won't allow Iyer any easy defensive shots. He's always going to be thinking now. I really like that. Ben McKinney just directly under Venkatesh Iyer's nose.
It's a big target, isn't it? Well, it's a long target anyway. Colin Ackerman on the leg side, Ben McKinney under the helmet on the offside. He's got Borthwick slip. And Iyer comes in and tries to hoik that one first ball. And he's going to clear Alex Lees, who does very well to prevent that. And we might just see how Venkatesh Iyer is going to play in this innings, because he's come down and tried to hit that first ball for 6.
Didn't quite get all of it,
No.
but I think as we thought he might do, he's had a bit of trouble just trying to stay in and perhaps taking the aggressive option and adding a few to the scoreboard and trying to close that deficit. Might not be a bad option, but it's a high risk one as well. Alex Lee's just dropping a few yards now, about 10 yards off the boundary at long on.
Oh, and that one slapped straight back past Parkinson. It was in the air, but perfectly in between Bedingham and Parkinson, and will go away for 4. Iyer not moving particularly well, but has come out full of aggression and intent.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Bedingham fully picked that one up straight away. It was too far to his left anyway, but sort of stood there for a fraction of a second as it whizzed past his left shoulder. And there's definitely going to be chances here from Iyer. They are already dropping the men out from the helmets. Well, Ben McKinney at least. Colin Ackerman still in there on the leg side. This could be a good move from Iyer, actually, just to try and create a little bit of space. He now can just play a little defensive shot without worry onto the offsides.
It's gone for the reverse sweep this time and hits it well, but it will find Bastelida out in the deep, who is sweeping. And Durham will identify that Iyer's just walking through here, so they'll be now throwing the ball to his end at all times, just trying to keep him under pressure and keep him moving. And nicely defended there by Hurst. I like this from Iyer, full of aggression and full of intent. It's definitely one way to get you out of a slump of form and also eat into this lead that Durham have. Ends the over for Parkinson.
Bless you.
Sorry about that. I'm probably the loudest sneezer in the history of the world, so apologies for that. I did try and get the microphone away in time, but that ends the over from Parkinson.
Yeah, that deficit already coming down a little bit now.
Yeah.
Down by another 14. And I'm sure with Iyer at the crease it will continue to rattle away. He's now got to face Matt Potts. He just had the one ball at the end of the last over. And we've already seen the skill Matt Potts has shown against the left-handers. Not only today, but throughout the rest of the innings. Managed to get George Balderson at the back end of last over with an absolute beauty. Just nipped him, beat Balderson on the inside edge. Struck plumb in front. And no doubt in the mind of umpire Goff. Oh, and similar again there from Matt Potts. Very, very similar. Venkateshwar just about gets his bat down in time. And it dribbles out to the leg side boundary. Leg side fielder, sorry. Matt Potts has just been on the money instantly, though. It's as if he's just continuing from his fine spell yesterday.
Yeah, he's a man on a mission.
Oh, and a short one there.
And if Aya has a bad back, that is not going to help. He looks in pain there as he ducks that one and moves away towards square leg. And if I know Matthew Potts, I know that Venkatesh Iyer is going to get a lot more of these.
He does have the 2 men out sweeping on the leg side. Baz the leader down near us at fine leg.
Plenty of chat out there, as you would expect from the Durham fielders.
Oh, another short one there. Yeah, resting on his bat handle there at the end. I think he is just in a fraction of pain. And this is very clever bowling, more than anything else from Matt Potts.
Yeah, helmet. McKinney under the helmet. I wouldn't be surprised to see a leg gully either get brought in here, but we know now how Durham are going to bowl at Venkatesh Iyer.
We know Matt Potts as well will have the engine to keep doing this.
Oh, yes.
Particularly if he thinks he's in with a sniff of another wicket.
And the want and the will. And more than the capability to be able to do it.
Slight change in the fields. There's Alex Lees. Comes in off the boundary. Placed by Callum Parkinson, that is. Going out to a forward square leg. Lees in it. Sort of a leg gully now. Quite square on. And onto the front foot this time. Driven nicely there through the cover. He's going to pick up just a single. Ben Rain almost tempting the batters to go for a double as he slowly jogs over towards the ball. I think yet again happy to keep Venkatesh Iyer on strike. And yet again another change to the field. Parkinson getting his steps in as he comes hurtling across your screen there. Back out to fine leg. Short ball still an option here with 2 men out on the leg side. Shamar Holder in there at forward square leg. Couple slips as well. And a packed offside field. As Colin Ackerman moves a bit wider from his second slip position out to gully. Very open leg side field though. Onto the front foot. But straight out to Alex Lees there at cover point. Slightly wayward throw though. Well stopped by Rain behind the bowler. Oh, and a big swish there, and he just whizzes past the outside edge. It's actually getting a little bit of movement there, it looks like, from Potts. Just drifted away as his over comes to an end. Just one from it. But Matt Potts is on fire right now. Brilliant bowling from the Durham seamer.
Yeah, he's on form, isn't he, so far this morning? Matthew Potts. Lots of energy, lots of aggression from the England seamer. Now in conversation with his captain, Scott Borthwick, as to the plans they might be looking to set in place for these two. It won't take them long to pick up on them visual cues from Venkatesh Iyer that he's going to really attack, especially the spin. He's trying to sweep, gets well outside the line.
Yeah, seemingly no change of plans here from Iyer. Looking to be aggressive. There is a man out there on the sweep, Shamar Holder.
And he sweeps and sweeps well. And finds the man that you're talking about out there. Holder and he will come back for a second. Pretty casual fielding down there from Shimmer Holder. Cow corner now out in place. Ben Rain right out on the boundary on the leg side. Alex Lees at long on. Oh, and that's gone on the inside of Scott Borthwick, who tried to anticipate.
That's a very unlucky one there. Perhaps just popping off the glove of Ira as he looks to reverse sweep that. Gets back for a second as well. As you say, Borthwick sees reverse coming and almost sends himself the wrong way as he tries to...
Went just too far.
Just get round, but can't quite make it in the end. This is a tough one. It's good prediction there from the captain.
Absolutely. Hopefully he gets his reward. He's read that really well. And you're off a thick outside edge. That one out of the rough a little bit there from Callum Parkinson. That'll encourage him. Brings Hurst on strike. Hurst just quietly going about his business. There's a bit happening here this morning. The early wicket. And Venkatesh Iyer has come out full of venom and intent. He's moved on to 13 off just 12 balls. And Hurst just going about his business. He's on 48 from 92. 170 still the lead for Durham. Just keeps a little bit low, that one, and well negotiated by Hurst, but that ends the over. 91 overs still remaining in the day. Lancashire 175 for 5.
Yeah, great start here for Durham. Got the early wicket, the early breakthrough, absolutely crucial. But then an interesting inning so far from Iyer. We've touched upon it a little bit. 13 from 12. He has been going really, really well. Just trying to put Lancashire back on the offensive, I think. Given a few chances, and no doubt there'll be a few more as he keeps going about the business. Potts will continue from the Lumley end, and no doubt with a peppering of short balls. Alex Lee's in at leg gully again, similar field to previous over. McKinney with the helmet on, and Parkinson and Delida right on the boundary for the hook shot. Full from Potts, defended nicely from Iyer. Just rocks forwards. Potts will be looking to mix it up, you think, challenge the stumps. Heads and toes here it will be. Nose and toes. Just keep Iyer guessing. Particularly with the ball now 56 and a bit overs old. Short here, and he takes on the pull shot. Hits it well. It's going to be picked up by Parkinson on the boundary as they get through just for a single now. Iyer happy to get off strike.
Might be easier than ducking that, just taking it on, standing up tall.
Particularly if he is having issues with his back, which it looks like he is. It's a bit high risk again, but that's the way he's been playing so far. Seemingly no issues with any sort of risk. Happy to take them all on. Reverse sweeps have been coming out. Regulation sweeps, he's been looking to drive and be proactive and aggressive. And he's looked good so far. As Matt Hurst will take strike now. Very offside dominant field. Couple slips, man out sweep on the boundary. Just the two men on the leg side. Fine leg and a mid-on. It's been tight and he's pushed it out there to the man at backward point. As the leader will come round. They're going to push for two here. Going to challenge Iyer, I think, at the bowler's end.
50 for Hurst.
Lovely way for him to get there. Just pushing out onto the offside as he brings up back-to-back 50s. Off 94 balls. 6 fours even. 4 sixes would be...
Would be impressive.
Yeah, very much so. And he's been battered nicely. Yet again, Matt Hurst. You'd think if Lancashire to salvage anything, he's going to be crucial to it. Left alone there for the fourth ball of the over.
Hitting the gloves hard there, Potts.
You think he'd have slept well with the knowledge and the hope that he can tear through Lancashire today. He's got the one so far. Managed to get George Baldwin LBW in his first over of the day's play. Same as last ball, just left alone by Hurst.
The legs that you can see in the pictures are those of Graham Onions. I don't know if the lads can get a picture of Graham Onions and Marcus North, keeping a watchful eye behind the bowlers there. Marcus looks like he's got some new back-to-school trainers. Having a cup of coffee in the chat around Durham's bowling performance.
Been mainly positives, I'd say, so far, actually, isn't it?
It's an effort, isn't it? This to take 20 wickets on this pitch will be some effort. They're 3/4 of the way there.
Final ball of the over now from Potts. Oh, and it just nips away yet again. This is impressive bowling so far from Potts. Finding a lot of movement on a fairly tame pitch so far. You could see that Lancashire struggled to bowl on it. Durham a little bit in that first innings were just focusing more on bowling dry. But Potts is seemingly getting the ball to talk, even though it's 57 overs old.
Yeah, let's just talk about Marcus's trainers. They're beautiful. You see the lads walking around. But yeah, this is outstanding work from Matthew Potts. Like we said, this wicket has been docile, it's been flat. And Durham only really lost a flurry of wickets late as they were heading towards a declaration. But for them to take 20 wickets would be absolutely outstanding on this surface. Now he gets across outside the line of off stop and sweeps. And you can see immediately there Matthew Potts in particular pointing to the stumps, saying make him run, throw the ball, make him run, make him uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's great intent in the fields. They've got to make sure they keep Iyer not playing it his own way and playing his own pace, which he's sort of seemingly trying to do so far, being very aggressive, but then also very laid back.
Yeah.
Ackerman putting the helmet on here for Hurst. Just jumping in at short leg. Otherwise a very offside heavy field. Man catching in there at silly mid-off. Couple sweepers as well, as we've seen throughout most of the game. One on each side, both in the boundary.
It's good from Parkinson.
Yeah, he's been really impressive. He's not quite had the rewards so far throughout the match, but he's bowled really, really well. Long spell in the first day.
Oh, and that's full, but drifting down the leg side. Drift's probably the word there, that did. Drift in there. Colin Ackerman waiting under the helmet at short leg. Matthew Potts creeping ever closer on the offside in the covers. Oh, and he traps Hurst on the crease, but he gets an inside edge. And Hurst runs away, and there's a bit of confusion, but Hurst decides against the second. As Borthwick raced out there with an excellent piece of fielding. That looked like it was close to a breakthrough. Hurst not picking the length, going back to a very full ball.
Almost sliding on there a little bit with the arm and challenging the inside edge, as you say there, Ash. That's what Parkinson's going to have to try and do, I think. Just get the batters in two minds. One to come forward, one to go back.
Durham now getting rid of Ackerman at short leg and just putting him in at square leg and trying to block off that sweep shot that has been so comfortable in playing so far. And he goes off the back foot and languidly, lazily knocks that to mid on. And Alex Lees runs in and does the fielding, but that ends another over. Another one that Lancashire can tick off. 89 to go. 181 for 5. That lead is now down to 164. Ayers 16 on a run of ball. Hurst on 51. Partnership already to 20.
Yeah, it's been an interesting inning so far for Lancashire. Seemingly that batters are either getting in and going well. You see Matt Hurst here has made his 50. Josh Bohannon 56. He made before nicking off to Scott Borthwick off the bowling of Matt Potts yesterday. Otherwise it's been the silly shot from Luke Wells, just trying to reverse sweep, and then batters falling early. which I think is evidently a big challenge here. Both Keaton Jennings and George Bell made ducks, and then George Balderson this morning didn't really challenge the scorers, went for 16 in the second over of the day. So that's what, it's either going to take a little bit of magic, you'd think, once the batters get going, or otherwise you've got to get them early and try and get
Well, it's
2-3.
It's an interesting thing that you raise there, and you're looking at that and go, oh, these guys have got ducks, but really the ones that you're disappointed are the ones that get starts. So Josh Bohannon's got 50. Is that enough on this pitch? Probably not in the context of this game. You've got starts also. Luke Wells. Is that enough on this pitch? Well, the answer's no. Balderson had to start again this morning, so you could probably go, well, he was new to the crease, but anybody can get out for a duck. You know, you might get a good one early doors, you might chase one. Talking about Keaton Jennings' fatigue, having to marshal the troops for so long in the field there, but be disappointed with the lads who got starts.
Bit of a wide one there from Potts, I think slightly wayward, but Iyer almost falls into the trap there of just swinging his hands. Not a huge amount of foot movement. I think almost caught by surprise there that it wasn't quite as targeted as it has been so far from Potts. He has been on target today. Yeah, that's a little dangerous one as well. It's not too dissimilar how Josh Bohannon got out to. He just threw his hands at one with not a huge amount of foot movement. And he was very frustrated as he wandered back to the pavilion. Full this time from Potts. But he finds the man extra cover, Alex Lees. Does Venkatesh Iyer. Now a little chat between Lees and Rain. One thing you do have to mention as well is how well Durham have looked after the ball. They spent a lot of time yesterday shining it, keeping it in good condition. And you can see Matt Potts is reaping the rewards right now with still a bit of movement. And short this time and pulled away from Iyer. Going to run away for 4. A lovely shot there. Just read that one early. Dropped back. And in his aggressive way he has been batting so far. Just throws his hands at it.
I'll tell you who else rocked back. Ben McKinney at bat pad. I'm not sure he's used to fielding in there. He's got a double teapot on now. He's feeling a short leg. Talking about maybe putting him around the corner at a leg gully rather than bat pad.
Took a few steps back there, stumbled back a fraction. Not the most pleasant experience though, I don't think, having an IPL star belt one at you in short leg.
Yeah, I can think of better things to do.
Round the wicket again from Potts. Full this time, and Iyer just about jams his bat down in time. Brilliant Yorker again from Potts.
Yes, Potts. The anger levels are rising in Matthew Potts. I mean, scowl on the face. Michael Goff not making any eye contact at all with Potts as he walks past. I love that. Sometimes you best know when it's not to engage with somebody.
I think that's what they tell you to do against wild animals as well, isn't it?
Yeah, don't make eye contact.
Full again from Potts, and yeah, again, not a huge amount of foot movement from Iyer. You might be, he's doing okay at the moment, but really relying on his hand-eye here. Not in the greatest position, sort of with a big stride out forwards. Just the one ball to come now from Matt Potts. 4 from the over. A lovely pull shot from Iyer. A couple men catching on the leg side in case there is the short one, which Potts has bowled well so far. But full this time and left alone. Hands up in the air from Iyer. Keeps it well away. 185 for 5 Lancashire now. Deficit dropping down, just 160 at the moment. Matt Hurst batted well so far. Has been Lancashire's bright star in the game. Made 90 in the first innings before being run out. 51 not out at the moment. alongside Venkatesh Iyer's 20 from 22, who's looked to be aggressive, try and force the game back onto Durham, who are in firm control of this game at the moment. I think they'll be disappointed with anything but a win. Having an extra 5 down, still just under 90 overs left in today to try and get those 5 key wickets.
Yeah, they've been in charge, haven't they, the whole way through. That's a good line from Parkinson. From the first ball of the match, they picked up a wicket. They've never really let Lancashire out of their sights all the way through. They were absolutely ruthless with the bat, especially Ackerman and Bedingham. Breaking records.
That's definitely been the biggest key, the fact that once Ackerman and Bedingham got in, they just kept going and going and going and piled on the runs and put Durham in great control of the game. Lancashire weren't quite able to do the same. Matt Hurst made 90 and then ran out, unfortunately, but...
Yeah. Reverse sweep played nicely by Iyer. That will run away for 4 down towards third man. Nicely played. Very wristy, right on top of the ball and well timed.
Yeah, it's a lovely shot there. That is, I think, as I was saying just before, that the fact that Josh Bohannon 49, Matt Hurst 90, they got themselves in again, and Josh Bohannon this inning as well, 50 odds.
Yeah.
But they weren't able to push on and really just force Durham into a bit of submission almost. As we can see Venkatesh Iyer there, just stretching out his back, maybe perhaps his glutes looking a bit stiff, a bit worse for wear.
It's not the weather to have a cold back. It's probably about 10 degrees out there. It feels like it's about 10 degrees.
Yeah, the harsh wind as well. We can see the flag on top of the pavilion. Full mast right now. Well played there by Iyer. Just opens the face and picks out the gap at backward point.
Just got an alert on my laptop saying it's a near record low temperature for this time of year today.
Oh God. Bitterly cold out there. With the wind you can probably hear on the effects mic.
And again, just jumping on the back foot and finding the gap. That's what Parkinson's trying to do, trying to get Hurst to misread the length and deceive him in the air. But Hurst so far up to the challenge. It's saying it's 12 degrees, but I'm sure with that wind chill, it's a little bit colder than that.
Could be a tough final 2 weeks of the county championship for these guys.
I'm thinking of fielding in the shade in front of the members on the 27th of September. There was nearly a frost on the car this morning, and I reckon by the time we get to that stage, I think there will be a frost on the car.
A few less hands in pockets today, it seems, though, from the Durham lads. No hand warmers, or less hand warmers, perhaps.
Oh, I reckon they've all got hand warmers. Bustelator in the short sleeves. Sorry, the long sleeve jumper. He'll be in short sleeves under there to bowl. You got Matthew Potts, who's in the middle of a spell, desperate to get that ball in his hand. Ben Rain also jumperless by the look of it. Tough lad. Enjoying the local weather. It's a nice week for Emilio Gay to come up and test the waters in the northeast.
Yeah, might be regretting his decision. You wonder if with the temperatures around.
Got to spend a bit of time out in the field yesterday, didn't he? On his 12th man for a while.
Looks to be settling in well. I saw him playing a little bit of football with the lads early on today, and pretty much first up, just got taken out by Matt Potts. I think a little bit of theatrics from the new signing, but I think that just shows he's settling in well. Happy to take the mick with his new teammates.
Yeah, seems to be fitting in well. Ryan Campbell back with the whistle. So we see Marcus North and Graham Onion still continue their lap. Bunny now finished his cuppa and hands back in pockets.
Potts around the wicket again to the left-hander. And Fulham played nicely there from Ira. He beats the man at cover and it's going to run along the square. Not quite going to reach the boundary though.
Be a long, easy two.
Very relaxed there from Aya. Since that first over, he's played Potts pretty well. Perhaps not as many short balls as there could be, which is, I think, what I seem to struggle with, particularly with the men out catching there on the leg side. 3 men out, a little semicircle. Full again, and an inside edge, and he's
Chop
gone.
on.
He's chopped on there, and Aya has to go. Potts giving him a little bit of a send-off there, pointing his way back to the pavilion. And yet again, Potts brings up his fifer. Brilliant bowling from the Durham seamer. A huge wicket as well. 5 for 51. 4 maidens from his 18.2 overs.
Venkatesh Iyer just having a little word there, and the lads are saying, just go, mate. You're off. You're done. See you later. Thanks for coming. Michael Goff now intervening, but Matthew Potts certainly letting him know. And Venkatesh Iyer is not a happy man right now.
Still having words, isn't he? Over the head of Michael Goff. As he goes for 28 from 27 balls.
And he's still going, Venkatesh Iyer.
Obviously
No amount of words are going to bring you back to the wicket, mate, unfortunately. You're gone. Not that I'm a huge fan of the old send-off, but I don't know if there was a bit of ill feeling there in the way, but Potts was aggressive, and Potts has picked up his 5th, and well deserved. On this wicket, to take 5 wickets is incredible. 5 for 51. And Iyer goes bowled by Potts for 28. And Lancashire now 195 for 6.
What did you make of that innings, Ash? Because it was a slightly weird one. He obviously wanted to try and thought being aggressive was his best option, and I think that perhaps is his top score for Lancashire, or at least up there.
Yeah, I think he's come out injured and thought, I'm just going to have a swing. Listen, I'm not in form. Things aren't going well for me, so let's try and get some runs before I get out, basically, is what he's looking at there.
Yeah, previous high score 35, actually. So he has scored a few more, but he has really struggled for Lancashire. And as you say, the injury kept stretching out throughout that innings, and Tom Hartley now to the crease.
More than capable Tom Hartley. We've seen him, especially in the international cricket, go out all guns blazing as well. He's got a big job to do here. Still 86 overs remaining after this in the day's play. And the magic number for Durham now is 4. As Potts picks up the 6th wicket of the innings. 195 for 6 now, Lancashire. Hurst still there, still fighting. And 53. And he's
gone!
First ball, Potts. 2 types of leave. Off stump, removed out of the ground. And now 3 is the magic number.
Brilliant there from Potts. Just got that one to hoop right back in. Tom Hartley onto the front foot. Keeps his bat well out of the way, and an off stump is sent cartwheeling. Huge there from Matt Potts. Number 6, that is, for the seamer.
Yeah, outstanding bowling from Matthew Potts. He is on an absolute tear at the moment. Pumped up with his little confrontation with Iyer there. He's picked up 3 huge wickets this morning. And Durham are right on his back. He's carrying the team. And he's now on a hat-trick. Tom Hartley goes. First ball, bowled by Potts. Lancashire 195 for 7.
That one just bananaed back in. It was a brilliant ball from Potts. Just got Hartley thinking about it. Started well outside off. Angled in a little bit and then just swung in loads.
Yeah, it's a great delivery from Potts.
It's probably been his best of the day so far.
He is fired up too. He'll not get the ball out of his hand now for a long time. And I think with taking a couple of wickets on the lap, Graham Onions and Marcus North are going to continue on their merry way. Two men associated with Gateshead Fell Cricket Club. Marcus was the overseas player when he first came over to the UK at Gateshead Fell, and Graham Ungans has been there for a long time now as well. Lancashire with it all to do as Tom Bailey is the new batsman, and he'll be facing a hat-trick ball first up. Extra slip now in place. Alex Lee's jumping in to the cordon. Not getting giddy, not getting carried away with gullies and short legs and leg gullies and everything like that. Just keep patient, keep doing the right things. Ollie Robinson trying to get the crowd up with the claps. Now they're joining in.
In comes Potts, the hat-trick ball. Challenges the stumps. Oh, and it's brilliant there from Potts. Well played by Bailey in the end. Gets forward well to it, but as hat-trick balls go, that's a very good effort there from Matt Potts. You have to challenge the batter, you have to challenge the stumps, and he makes no mistake there.
That was right on the money and really nicely played by Bailey. Presenting a full face of the bat. Just arrowing in towards the stumps. 7 wickets down now, Lancashire.
Aspinwall and Anderson Phillip still to come in for Lancashire as well. Oh, that's edged, and he's gone! He has another one, Matt Potts. You beauty, that's his 7th of the innings. His 10th of the game. And he's edged off Tom Bailey. Brilliant taking the slips there as well. And huge there from Matt Potts. Lancashire 8 down now. That's his 3rd wicket and 4 balls. Huge here from Matt Potts.
Tell you who's on his 12th man is Daniel Hogg, who was the last man in the last game here to take 7 wickets. He was on debut, but the England international is on an absolute tear right now. Is that 3 wickets in the over? That was a good low catch from Borthwick. Right into the buckets. He wasn't going to drop that one, the skipper. And Potts is on fire. 8 down, Lancashire. Bailey goes for 0. Caught by Borthwick, bowled Potts. Lancashire now in all sorts of trouble. 195 for 8.
Matt Potts has been an absolute saviour here for Durham. It looked a little bit flat. Lancashire looking to put turn the tables with his aggression. And now Matt Potts comes in. Wicket, wicket, dot, wicket. Brilliant from him. Anderson Phillip now joining Matt Hurst at the crease.
I thought Aspinwall might have come up the order a little bit. He looked really good in the first innings.
Yeah, very technically sound, but they keep their batting line up the same. Matt Hurst just down the other end, probably thinking what's going on.
I tell you who might have been thinking what's going on is Phillip as well. He's probably had to scramble to get all his gear on there. 3 wickets in 4 balls. Just hope he's got it all on. Make sure the box is on, lad. It's that one where cricketers wake up in the middle of the night and all of a sudden they've got to go in. They've got no gear on. Got to get padded up. How am I going to get timed out? Can I make it onto the field in time?
195 for 8. Now Lancashire. Matt Potts has made his difference right now. 3 wickets already in the over. 1 ball to come.
It's 10 wickets in the match for Potts. Oh.
Challenges the inside edge there. Targeted right at the pads and it just about survives. There's Anderson Phillip. Gets off the mark as well with a single. But Matt Potts, 3 wickets, 3 runs in that over. And that is the difference. It's very hard to see anything but a Durham win now. They might not even make it to the new ball. After a superb Matt Potts over. Phenomenal from the 26-year-olds.
Yeah, I think Scott Borthwick needs to give him a spell now. Bring somebody else on. But good luck with that. No, in all seriousness, you will not get the ball out of Matthew Potts' hands now. Outstanding over that from Matthew Potts. And Durham will not be upset with that single off the last ball because now Parkinson will get to bowl at Phillip. This is where you can quite happy to keep Hurst at the non-striker's end and bowl at numbers 10 and 11. Happening in a hurry here. drifts down the leg side, and Philip more than up to the task as he flicks that away. And that will get him his first boundary of the morning as it runs away for 4. Moves on to 5. And that brings up the Lancashire 200. Now 8 down for 200. Still trailing by 145.
Long way to go here for Lancashire.
Yeah, the best part of 86 overs remaining in the day. And again down the leg side from Parkinson. Struggling with the radar a little bit at the moment. Oh, and that's an attempted hit over the leg side with a thick leading edge. Basically dribbling to lease it mid-off.
It's an interesting one there from Philip. It was a pretty good ball from Parkinson, but obviously sees the space.
And again down the leg side, looking to bowl very straight here, Parkinson. Be surprised to see a leg slip in place here. In fact, is McKinney going to go across in? Yeah, he is going to go across into there now. I wouldn't have minded Potts going in there and just keeping the 2 men either side. Bowl it now, Parky. He's not looking. Philip backs away.
Yeah, maybe another man in there catching. I guess they've got
Lots of discussion around the bat at the moment. Oh, and that's nicely played.
2 men in at catching with wicket and catching extra cover. They've just dropped a few men out now. I think happy to allow a single for the final ball of the over.
Oh, it's nicely bowled and nicely played by Philip. Negotiates the rest of the over. Parkinson to be a bit disappointed, a few down the leg side there. Ends another over, 200 for 8. Philip on 5. New to the crease, Hurst. Still there on 53, has seen absolute chaos and destruction at the other end this morning.
Yeah, not even an hour in now.
No.
Matt Potts does continue. Doesn't even need to be told by the captain, I don't think. Had his cap off, his jumper off, ready to go. Yeah. I'm sure he'll just keep going and going and going here. 2 wickets now. Lancashire brought up their 200s. 200 for 8. But it's Matt Potts who's been the star of the show. 7 for he has now. Looking to add to his tally. Tight there, tucked away. But turned down by Matt Hurst. I think he will just keep the strike. I'm not sure after that last over he's going to be trusting much of the tail here with the form that Matt Potts has been in. Matt Hurst has got to be the man, you think, to face up against the man in form.
The scouts are out, aren't they? All the fielders are pretty much out on the boundary. Or pretty much 3/4 on their way to the boundary just to prevent Hurst from getting a 2. 2 slips still in place. And a good bouncer from Potts.
Yeah, just swayed under that one as Matt Hurst. It's good pace so far from Matt Potts. He's not really dropped off yet. It's a long spell he's bowled this morning. I'm sure he'll keep going.
Looks unfussed by it all, doesn't he, Hurst? Just going about his business.
Yeah, it's one thing that's I think impressed me a lot this game so far, this innings, the other innings as well from Matt Hurst. He just seems unfazed by anything, almost just so focused on his own game and going about it himself. And it's a great place for him to be in mentally, to not be worrying about anything else. Potts in now. And challenge is there, but played nicely down to deep backward point. Baz the leader begging, I think, for them to take the single. Doesn't quite go the whole way of not picking the ball up, but feigning a few throws. I think having a bit of fun, which is good to see from the Durham lads. Halfway through his over now is Matt Potts. Right up there. Full and straight, challenging Matt Hurst, who does take the single.
Happy to let Philip take the last 2 balls of the over.
Matt Potts will be licking his lips here. 2 balls at the tail ender.
I tell you what, I don't know what it's like out there temperature-wise, but I'm just about bloody freezing in here. I think I'm going to go for another layer while you commentate on the last couple of balls of this over.
It is. The cloud cover is starting to come as well now. The sun is hidden. It's good bowling conditions, and Matt Potts has been a great exponent of them so far. In comes again, 3 slips, short leg, but too wide and left alone there by Philip. No need to play, no worry. I think Lee's maybe thinking about a couple more slips perhaps. Do have the 2 men out on the leg sides, and it is Ben Rain. Goes in to join the cordon. Just to the right of Lee, you can see them there now. Very open field otherwise. 2 men out on the leg side, both on the boundary. Just the 1 man in front of square on the offsides. In comes Potts, final ball of the over. She's full and straight, and he's been hit on the pads. But perhaps a tickle there. And played well in the end from Philip.
Yeah, good from Potts. Looking to go full and straight there. Just a little bit down the leg side, that one. 201 for 8. Be interesting to see how Hurst tries to manipulate the strike now for the rest of this innings. Still trailing by 144. This pair and just Aspinwall to come. Potts has 7 for 53 from 20 overs in this innings. Absolutely outstanding. Ripping the heart out of Lancashire's lineup. 7 of the 8 wickets to fall. And with the other wicket, Parkinson is about to continue from the Finkel end. And Hurst just kicks that one away. I like that.
Flamingo-esque on the one leg. Maybe he's been watching some of the Olympics, a bit sort of taekwondo-esque, I'd say.
Got up in the Karate Kid position.
Crane kick.
He plays at this one.
3 men out on the leg side boundaries here. Not quite all the way out. Trying to stop the 2.
A little bit of shape there from Parkinson. Just trying to catch the edge of the rough. Although when we went and had a look this morning, Toby, there's not a lot of rough out there, is there? This pitch is still in pretty pristine condition.
Yeah, Vic and the boys have done well.
Goes through the legs of McKinney. And he'll pick up 1. That means Philip will have the last 2 balls of the over again to negotiate. Might just see a bit of a pattern develop here. If this partnership develops and goes for any length of time. Hurst now under 55.
Might be interesting to see if Scott Borthwick perhaps brings his men in on the 3rd ball of an over, 4th ball of an over, to try and almost encourage maybe a couple of boundaries, which they have the total to allow.
Oh, and that was straight to where the leg slip was, and Parkinson is head down, hand in heads, but Philip will pick up a couple. I think McKinney's going to go back into leg slip.
Could have
It's
both.
always the way. Yeah, why not?
They've got the 2 helmets out there. Maybe throw Potts in or Ben Rain in at a leg slip. Wouldn't see an issue with that. Maybe don't mind allowing a few runs, really. They've got 140 to play with.
Nicely taken by Robinson down the leg side. Just waiting to see if Philip was going to overbalance, but that ends another over from Parkinson. 3 off this one. Phillips moved on to 7. Hurst 55. Lancashire 204 for 8. As the 2 men continue their lapping. Marcus North and Graham Onions now directly below us down at the Finkel end. Going to stand and watch as if they're in the slips themselves to Matthew Potts.
fraction wider Lees has moved, just off screen. Now I think just to stop a little dab down through third man from Matt Hurst. He played it a few times. And he's in there to catch it if he does go for it, or even just a wide, thick edge. And Portland's glove! No, it's whistle past the nose there of Matt Hurst. Looked to play that one. Almost caught a glove on that one. But misses it in the end. Little conversation here between Ben Rain and Matt Potts.
Very close to the glove, wasn't it?
Would have just been a little, not quite a brain fade, but a little slip perhaps. So another helmet will come in. McKinney back under the lids.
Hurst doesn't look too impressed by all of this going on. He's probably thinking, all this fuss for me? Matthew Potts might be the opinion going, right, if you're the one who's going to stay and hang around and face the most balls, I'm going to make this as hard as possible for you. And I'm coming after you.
I think it's the right idea, really. Lee's in a leg gully now as well. It's going to be short. And there it is. Played well, though, from Matt Hurst. Keeps it down. Past the diving Alex Lees. Does it run all the way to 4?
No, no run. No run. Parky's raced around there.
Good
Shuffled around.
I think he might be in the game a fair bit here now, Parkinson. Bowling from one end. Could be a main man in the field with the short ball tactic incoming.
You might be right.
This is when he doesn't touch the ball again for the rest of the game. Short again, and it's up in the air. Doesn't quite carry. This
It's going
hit
to hurt.
Hurst,
That's
yeah.
right on the thumb, I think.
Shaking his hand there, in pain. It's good pace from Matt Potts. It's going to be a challenge here from Hurst. He's going to be facing a lot more of that to come up in the rib cage.
Try and get a bit of blood flowing in that, and they're wringing the hand. Matthew Hurst. A little bit of chat. Alex Lees maybe behind him. Go, mate, you can retire hurt if you want. Physio coming down the stairs, and Hurst just went, no, go away, mate, I've got this. It's a great ball, that right into the armpit area.
Fuller this time, slightly uppish, but he plays it nicely. Going to push back for 2 here. Shamar Holder around there on the deep square leg boundary. Jogs around to recover it. And they do get back for a second.
He's in a bit of trouble here, Hurst, I think, with that hand.
There's no way he's not going to keep batting, though.
Yeah, as much as that hurts, it might. What's the worst? Get the physio out, get him to have a look at it, maybe get a bit of freeze spray on. Maybe you don't want the freeze spray on in this weather. He's probably got his hands nice and warm in those gloves. He's now a little bit uncomfortable out there. And Potts is basically throwing his chips all in here. He's gone, right, I'm going after you now. All the fielders are up, apart from the men out on the hook.
Even then, it's just Parkinson now who perhaps being called up into the ring. Borthwick's having a little word with his bowler.
Yeah, he's bringing him up, trying to prevent the single. There's 2 balls left in the over.
I really like this. If it goes for 4, I don't think
It doesn't matter, does it?
doesn't matter. No, they've got 140 to play with, 139. Wickets are the key here. It's good from Borthwick. Potts in again. Full and straight. Oh, and he's been hit there. Inside edge onto his sort of lower stomach. Just above the thigh pad, perhaps. And a dot ball here could be very key. Otherwise, boundary doesn't matter too much either. Men in round the bat in every which direction. Parkinson in a leg gully. McKinney under the helmet. Shamar Holden, Ben Rain on the leg side as well. We've got Borthwick in slip. You can see the Ackerman at a gully, and then a few others on the offside. And straight there, and it's a bit of a swipe, and it's going to run away for 4 there. Well played by Matt Hurst, but it means Anderson Phillip will be facing a full over here of Callum Parkinson.
He's going to get the physio on now, I think, Hurst, to have a look at that digit.
They're going to surround Philip, you think. Surely 2 men in front of square with the helmets either side of the wicket. Couple men behind square catching. Allow him to play a big shot. If it goes for 4, yet again, as we've said, doesn't particularly matter. They've got 135 runs to play with now. Just the 2 wickets they need, and if they can get a breakthrough again, the new ball comes in just 8 overs. Perhaps they'll allow Matt Potts a little bit of a rest.
I tell you how much rest he's getting. He's gone straight under the helmet. He absolutely loves the contest, Matthew Potts. I think they're going to put him in the relative safety of leg slip. He's got really good hands as well, Potsy.
Do you think they might give Matt Potts a rest with the new ball in 8 overs, or is he just going to bowl through and take that even when it comes?
Good luck.
Is he another one of your Parkview?
No, he's
Parkview
not. He's not. He was a St Robert's lad where he went to school in Washington. He's spent a bit of time with him playing some club cricket when he was a real youngster.
Could you tell even back then that he was?
I could tell he was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I've told the story a few times, especially when he made his England debut. He offered to fight the whole change rooms at one stage. So I offered to go first. As Parkinson comes in and Potts does the fielding. What I failed to realise is that he was actually quite serious about it. I was barefoot and he had his spikes on, and the first thing he did was stand on my foot, so my foot was bleeding everywhere. Parkinson comes in, that strikes him on the pad, but I feel that's going just down the leg side. So I just decided to grab him in a headlock and kind of almost put him to sleep on the floor.
How old was he at this time?
About 14. Still had that chip on his shoulder at that stage. Another leave there. Extravagant leave, that one from Philip. But yeah, he was an opening batter as a kid, and just within the space of a couple of weeks he went from bowling dirty, filthy medium pace to bowling, there's a chance for a run out here, bust a lead at, but Anderson is quick and gets through. And yeah, then went to bowling sort of about 80 mile an hour at the age of kind of just moving into the age of 16. If you've seen his dad's about as big as Ben McKinney. His dad's massive. Potsy will never, well, he's not going to grow from now, is he? But he's never going to be as tall as his dad, but he was always going to be tall. Turned into a super athlete as well. That's where Parkinson will try and keep Hurst on strike now. 1 ball remaining in the over. Again, they won't mind if Hurst tries to score a boundary here. Let him take all the risk. He'll take the risk even trying to get a single. He rocks back, gets a thick inside edge. Ben McKinney not so gracefully does the fielding at bat pad. That ends another over, so now Potts will get a crack at Philip. Philip's on 8. Hurst on 61. 211 now on the board for 8 for Lancashire. Still trailing by 134. The magic number for Lancs is there's still 81 overs left in the day. I'm just getting a message from the safeguarding officer at Durham saying, what's this about headlocks and players? Yeah, it didn't. Julie, it didn't happen. I promise you it didn't. I've just made it up.
It's a good story, though. It's a good story.
Yeah. It was self-defence.
Three sips in place now for Matt Potts. Callum Parkinson down here on the fine leg boundary. Full and straight. Another good ball there from Matt Potts. Just attacking that top of off, as he's done so well so far today. It's
definitely Julie. If you're still listening, and she says I'm always listening. If it goes to court, it was self-defence.
Oh, that one keeps a little bit low there from Matt Potts. He does really well. Lovely ball again.
Almost went under the toe of the bat, that one.
Yeah, so good to see. I'm sure Matt Potts will be happy to see a little bit of inconsistent bounce. Just needed it to nip back a fraction and Philip could have been in trouble. Oh, they sit on the pad there, but just shuffling down leg, I think.
Yeah, a bit high as well. More thigh paddy than pad, that one. The wind really picking up again, blowing straight towards us, so that's why you can hear that, I'm sure, on our effects mic. That's why it's so cold out there. The wind coming from the north. Can we not get some like southeasterly winds from Spain or France? That would be nice. Or from the deserts.
Left alone this time. And yet again, doesn't quite pick up off the surface. Just keeping a fraction low.
Potts sending Shimmer Holder out into the deep. Along with Bustaleda. Offering him a single. Matthew Hurst still wringing his hand at the non-striker's end. Must be in a bit of pain out there, the little fella. Battling on for the Red Rose. Trying to stave off defeat.
Full and straight and toe at the bat from Philip. Plays it okay in the end there.
Adrenaline might just be starting to wear off here. Potts might be starting to get tired. Might just see a little change after this over, in fact, from the Lumley end.
This is 8th over in a row from Potts.
Maybe bring some random spin on and save your seamers for the new ball, which is just 13 overs away.
Could maybe get a few from a first change, maybe Shimmer Holder or Bustaleda maybe, but we'll see, I guess. Straight, oh, and a lovely ball again there from Potts. Just nips away and whistles past, flies past the outside edge.
That's tired now. I'm sorry if I look on the camera like I'm the Michelin man, but I do have about 16 layers on. I'm absolutely freezing in here. I'm going to put the hood up in a minute, I think. But yeah, great effort from Matthew Potts. I'm not sure if we'll see him again in this spell, but absolutely superb work from the Durham and England CMAT. Parkinson's going to continue on. Let's have a look. Let's get a little look at his spell here so far. Potts' spell's been 8 overs, 4 for 21. Absolutely outstanding work from him.
Oh no.
It's kicked away so they won't run. Oh, he's given a wide, is he?
It's a tough one. There was no shot offered there. Isn't that a little bit questionable? Or I guess it's kicking the ball away counted as a shot then, I guess.
I mustn't have got anything on it. It's the only thing. If he's given a wide there can't have been any contact. I think that they've brought in the rule to try and stop bowlers hiding the ball down the leg side, that if you bowl it from over the wicket and shove it down the leg side, then it's classed as wide. I don't think Durham would be quite happy with the result because they've decided to run anyway.
Yeah, didn't even really think about it too. It was quite a relaxed single. Yeah, brings Philip on strike. It's a nice looking shot there. Doesn't quite get out of the middle though.
Oh,
it's a long way across there, is Philip. Almost outside off stump and slid on a little bit with the arm there from Parkinson. Finds the inside edge.
I tell you what, it's a long way down for Ben McKinney at bat pad. He's going to have to stay really low in that position. Scott Borthwick just going through a few warm-up exercises, so I wonder if we see a bit of leg spin. As Philip's getting right across in front of the stumps now. Do you have Pottsy? You've got a load of stats there, haven't you, on your laptop? What's Matthew Potts' career best figures in an innings?
7 for 40.
Okay, so he needs another wicket, doesn't he? He's gone for a few more than that.
and he's taken 13 for 101, which I think he might struggle to get to. I'm not sure it's actually even possible, because he only managed 3 in the first.
Yeah. Yeah, 10 for so far.
Oh, it's stuck on the pad, but outside leg. Only a semi-appeal there from the men around the bat. And another good over there from Parkinson, just the wide, which they ran a single for from it. Followed up by 6 dots. Looks like Matt Potts will continue.
It'll be a battle to get that ball out of his hand. He's just starting to look fatigued, as you would. 8 over spell.
It's a very good effort. I wonder if perhaps just that final ball of the over that nipped away a fraction just made him think, oh,
Give me one more skip. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right.
Quite a spread field at the moment for Matt Hurst. I think, as we've discussed, they're happy for him to get off strike and have a bowl at Anderson Phillip. Lees was thinking about dropping out to the third man boundary, but he's putting a helmet on instead. And he's going to...
There's a few helmets out there, isn't there?
Is there 4 out there, possibly?
Still at least 2 behind Ollie Robinson.
Yeah. McKinney is going to chuck the helmet on again. And
yeah, get in there, young fella.
Lees will move into a leg gully position. Ackerman at a regulation gully. And just Borthwick in the slips.
Yeah, Borthwick windmilling beautifully in the slips there.
Might be trying to stay warm as much as he is warming up. Potts in now. The short ball there, and Hurst just drops his hands below it.
No ball.
I think he's just wants to keep bowling so much. He's bowling no balls now.
Be a no ball on height, that one. Not a tall man, Hurst. Whistled over his head.
Yeah, Borthwick is getting his leggies ready. Perhaps he'll bowl a few to replace Parkinson down the Finkel ends. Straight from Potts and tucked into the leg sides, but they won't take the single. Hurst does not want to allow any attempt to bowl at Phillips here, it seems.
Ben Rain trying to prevent the runs there. Slides and picks it up. As both batsmen firmly entrenched in their crease.
Five balls still remain after the no ball off the first. It's tight. It's played down there into the offside. Straight to Ackerman at gully on the bounce.
Batting coach James Hilditch and Michael Jones off to the nets. They have a hit.
Short again, and Hurst plays that up in the air.
It's going to go all the way.
It's a brilliant shot there from Hurst. Flies down for 6 over Callum Parkinson's head. A lovely strike from the keeper batter. It's his first 6 of the innings. He managed a couple in the first.
I don't know if that's a bit of a top edge as well. Saw a top edge fly down there last night off. Was it Bohannon, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Off Ben Rain. If you're going to take it on, go hard. Good batting from Hurst.
Same again. It's up in the air. Cries will catch. And Parkinson takes it brilliantly there from Parkinson. Almost lands on the rope. But that is the end of Matt Hurst. A fantastic catch from Parkinson.
He is very, very happy with himself, Parky. He nervously looked around at his 2 coaches, who Graham Onions and Marcus North, were right there, and I wasn't sure if he'd landed on the rope, and it wasn't until I saw the reaction of them 2 start clapping and cheering that you realise that that's an outstanding catch to get rid of Matthew Hurst. And Matthew Potts picks up wicket number 8 and career best figures. Outstanding catch, and great camera work as well.
Just a few millimetres almost in that.
What brilliant camera work that is. You can tell Stevie's up on the roof and it wasn't Ross. Absolutely brilliant innings comes to an end from Hurst. He's fought hard for Lancashire. Durham now just 1 wicket away. Lancashire on 221 for 9. And the decision to keep Potts going and going and going is paying dividends as he picks up his 8th wicket.
Yeah, over 150 runs in the match. 157 from Matt Hurst. He's been brilliant for Lancashire. Alongside Josh Bohannon, who scored just over 100 in the 2 innings combined. But it has been Matt Hurst, just 20 years of age. Came into the side this year and has been fantastic for the Red Roses. Just a shining light in their middle order. And it's just 1 wicket remaining now that Durham needs to clinch victory. 221 for 9, Lancashire. Tom Aspinwall, who showed us some good technique in the first innings. 1 ball remaining now in this over. 2 balls, sorry, remaining in this over after no ball off the first. And Matt Potts will look to wrap it up. He's taken 8 so far, 8 for 59 he's managed. Career best figures. And he's going to be looking for the 9th now. Oh, and ducked there from Aspinwall.
Welcome to the crease, young man.
But what a spell this has been from Matt Potts. Brilliant. 8 wickets. Only Callum Parkinson has taken 1 so far. Managed to get Luke Wells. A big breakthrough, actually. He'd been batting nicely, looking for a few reverse sweeps. And just missed 1. But otherwise, Matt Potts. He's got Jennings, he's got Bohannon, he's got Bell. Got Hurst most recently.
He's got them all. Parkinson with the assist there.
Defended there. And a big round of applause there for Matt Potts. Well-deserved round of applause. And no doubt he will continue, I'm sure.
Take him off.
He's going to look for his 9th.
Yeah, he is.
And what a record that would be for the young man.
You're checking Durham's best ever single figures?
That's what I was thinking.
I can guess. I reckon Otis Gibson might have that one.
He doesn't, and unfortunately I'm not sure Potts is going to be able to take that.
He's got a 10 for.
10 for 47 he managed in 2007.
I knew that's what you were checking there. Yeah, Gibbo ruined it for everybody else forevermore there with 10 for 47. Current Yorkshire coast as Parkinson comes in. And that one strikes Phillip on the pad, but going down the leg side. Durham just the 1 wicket away now from wrapping up. A vital victory here at Seat Unique Riverside. And will pretty much ensure their survival and continuance in League One. It's a good take from Robinson. In the top division for next year. And then with a couple of games to go, Surrey and then Kent at home. God bless everyone. There'll be hand warmers galore in that one. Oh, and Phillip sweeps but gets the toe of the bat to that one as Parkinson goes, do you think that would have been out? And I think young Bumble just went, just a nod of the head. Parkinson will be a bit frustrated, but he's doing his job, holding an end up here and letting Potts run riot from the other end. Phillip comes down and swats that away. And it goes away for 4.
Lovely strike. Just a bit of use of feet, fraction short from Parkinson and a big swipe, but sends it flying to the boundary. Does Anderson Phillip?
Yeah, premeditated, come down the wicket. Didn't quite get the length he was looking for, but still got his hands through it. Come on, Parky, lob it up and buy one.
That's a good one there from Parkinson.
Played off the back foot. This time by Phillip.
There is a record Potts could kind of take. It's a bit of a stretch.
Come on then, what you got?
I'll go after this this final ball of the over, which is a dot. Oh, it's a single actually. They're going to take that one. Phillip will retain strike.
It's interesting. I don't know whether they'd rather bowl at Phillip than Aspinwall, which is interesting considering that Aspinwall's the number 11. Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on then, what you got?
Stats. So Matt Potts can tie, if he doesn't concede another run and takes a wicket, he can tie for the best figures by a Durham international English bowler with Graham Onions. So obviously Otis Gibson represented the West Indies.
Yeah.
Chris Rushworth took figures of 9 for 52 but never played for England. And Graham Onions, the bowling coach here, has figures of 9 for 67.
There you go.
Which can be tied if Matt Potts doesn't concede a run and takes another wicket.
He needs to pull his finger out there, doesn't he?
But he will have the best figures, no doubt, of anyone in the current squad. In he comes. And finds his outside edge there, but played down into the floor.
Just can't. Absolutely stunned with that catch from Parkinson, right on the rope, and must have been millimetres away from touching the Toblerones down there.
I think that's something you have to praise Durham for. They've been very good in the field. Misley with the ball in the first innings helped draw wickets, and they've not really missed any chances, I don't think.
And that's crucial when you're playing on pitches like this. You don't want to be creating 25, 26 chances to win a game.
Left alone there by Phillip.
It's a 10th over in this spell from Potts.
9.4 overs till the new ball. I'm sure they won't be worrying about that, but it's there if they need it.
5 for 29 in this spell. Ripped the heart out of Lancashire this morning. They would have had high hopes looking at this pitch, thinking that we can bat this day out. They only had 6 wickets in hand, and Potts has taken 5 of those so far this morning.
Well played there from Phillip.
Tell you what, do we still get our sausage and mash, or what? What's going on?
I hope so. If not, I've got some pasta. So I'm planning on having for dinner, so I'll take that. Worst comes to worst.
At least you're prepared. I'm definitely not.
Saw you coming with a big bag of sweets.
Yeah, I've left them to the lads. The production lads who are always good value.
Done a good job
Stevie's
so
up on the roof. Unless he's taken them, we're probably safe. There's probably a couple left.
In comes Potts again. Short and swayed out the way there from Phillip. Leaves no chance of the dangled bat. Hides it behind his body.
Nice Potter, the shouts from behind the stumps. Loving the efforts from the big man.
4 dots so far from Potts.
There's definitely a bit more fatigue in that walk back to his mark now, as you would expect. The best part of 10 overs deep into the spell.
You wonder if he might just keep going all day if they don't get the wicket. He's got 40 minutes of lunch to recover.
Yeah, plus an extra 30 minutes.
Angled in there from Potts, and they do get through for a single. I think Phillip almost thinking about farming the strike there, but I'm not sure he needs to.
William Dobson, just to throw a spanner in your works, which has just been ruined anyway. He says even if Potsy did equal Onions, Onions got a run out in that innings where he took 9 for. I totally forgot about that. Brilliant, William. Well done. Yeah, so he took 9 for and a run out. What an idiot. Ruined his chance of taking 10 for. Ooh. Oh, that's so close. So close to another wicket for Potts. It's a good leave in the end from Aspinwall.
The run out as well. It'd already taken 8 wickets.
Yeah.
You think
Oh, it
surely-
wasn't early.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It's not like first ball of the game gets a run out and then goes on a mad run, but
It wasn't early.
got Luke Fletcher. Some big names playing in that game for Notts. I mean, Adam Vogers, one of the best Test records around.
Yeah.
Paul Franks, an assistant coach at Notts there at the moment as well.
Oh, swept away.
Plus, Dale Benkenstein was playing in that one, alongside Keaton Jennings.
There you go.
Will Smith, obviously taking a break from Men in Black. And Paul Collingwood skippering that. Scott Borthwick and Mark Woods. It's a lot of...
It's not the worst
a lot of
side,
names,
mate.
not at all.
It's a pretty strong unit. Phillip comes down and hoiks this away. He doesn't get all of it, but gets enough of it for it to run away for 4. little bit of resistance late on from Anderson Phillip. Moves on to 20 now. Lancashire 233 for 9. Aspinwall yet to get off the mark. Still trailing by 112. This is tucked away nicely and timed well by Phillip. There's a chase on out to the boundary, which has been won by Bedders, who gives that underarm kind of sidearm flick in to protect his shoulder. Picks up another 3. Phillip moves to 23.
I think you could tell Bedders had been batting all day yesterday.
Yeah.
And most of the day before as well. Unbelievable knock that was. Another top ball again by Parkinson.
It's almost been the perfect game for Durham, hasn't it? Picked up that early wicket, getting it, bowling Lancashire out on the first day. It's a lovely reverse sweep from Aspinwall, getting him off the mark, and it will go away for 4. Oh no, it's only 2, sorry. Just the way that Holder was running after that, I thought it had already gone for 4. Apologies.
Very relaxed
Yeah,
from the
it
West
was.
Indian.
In no hurry whatsoever. It's nicely played that by Aspinwall. Probably done with the line a little bit there when he's reverse sweeping. Outside leg. That's nice from Parkinson. Nice way to finish the over. He'll be a little bit frustrated. The man from Bolton. But Matthew Potts is the man of the moment. And is he going to continue?
No, it looks like Shamar Holder might be having a go. He's warming his hands up now.
He's warming his hands up as well.
And the jumper does come off.
Surprised he hasn't got one of the Durham beanies on.
He bowled just the 8 overs in the first innings. Bowled 5 last night.
What a spell from Matthew Potts. What a spell. 5 wickets this morning. 5 for 30 in 10 overs. Ripped the heart out of Lancashire.
I think it's that. For me, that one where he got Matt Hurst caught on the boundary. He'd been peppering away at him for a long time. And a great take from Parkinson. But he was the set batsman. He was the danger man with bat in hand was Matt Hurst. And Potts managed to get him. In comes Holder. And short straight away. Big swipe there from his West Indian counterpart, Phillip.
Big smile on his face there as he stretches out a little bit right in front of Anderson Phillip. Lee's now moving from third slip to a leg gully. A little bit deep in that. He's going to kind of a backward square. Maybe a bit of a hybrid of the two there.
Short again there and gets his hands out the way well, does Phillip. Not risking any sort of a tickle. Umpire Goff having a little inspection of the crease. There are a few no balls, I think, from Shamar Holder. He bowled 2 so far in his first 5 over spell. And he bowled 2 on day 1 as well. Looks like Ackerman might be moving around to the leg sides. It's just Parkinson on the boundary. Ackerman
We're
might
going to have to put Parkinson in front of square if they're having 2 catches behind, but looks like Ackerman's going to go in front of square.
almost just sort of.
Not sure. Holder was reading the rules there. Yeah, we'll just put them all down the leg side. Well, since bodyline, mate, you've been unable to do that.
It was only recently in the 1930s.
Yeah.
Holder in again now. It's going to be short and it's up and we're fended off there by Phillips well. No risk of a glove there. Got his bat and his hands nice and high. And another helmet does come on to Ben McKinney's head now. There's only really one plan here. And I think Philip knows what's coming. I think Holder knows what he's going to bowl. And you can see there, Bedingham now going to the leg side as well. Might be a surprise full one in here. I think it could be a couple short ones in the 3 balls left in this over. There's one of them. It's up in the air. It's a top edge. Lee's going towards it. It falls just away from him.
Absolute teaser there for Alex Lees. It's one of those when you're in the field where you know you're not going to quite get there. You give everything. You feel like you're running on a treadmill at times. You just can't quite get to it.
Just continually running away from him. You could see it going over his shoulder.
Probably just even in the wind, it's just carrying it a little bit away from him as well.
2 balls remain for Shamar Holder. Another short one in there. Yeah, you can see all the fielders trying to warm up. Baz the leader doing a little bit of a hop and a skip here at backward point, trying to warm up any which way he can. Maybe warming up for some bowling. Looks like maybe some carve stretches. Final ball of the over here from Holder. Short again. It's played well there, nicely by Aspinwall. McKinney ends up on the floor. And a single to finish off the over.
Big Ben. Big Ben. He's a good target in there, I tell you. 6'7", get under the helmet, kid. I love it. Absolutely love it. It was well played by Aspinwall. Knew what was coming and dealt with it well. Going to see a double change now as Buster Leader is going to come into the attack from the Finkel end.
7 overs until the new ball. So I think the team might keep going until just before lunch. Give Potts a bit of a break. Ben Rain as well, I'm sure, will come back with that new ball. He's been very successful in the first innings. Took a 5 for there. 5 for 44 he managed, including a wicket with the first ball of the game. Had Luke Wells edge behind.
Here we go, Buster Lader from the Finkel end. Solidly in behind that one, Aspinwall.
He looked really good, hasn't he, Aspinwall? Very technically sound. It's almost harsh to have him down there at number 11. He is only young, perhaps as he develops he might slide up the order.
Oh, you would think so. It's definitely something to work with there.
Might be a little bit of seniority.
Yeah, you might be right.
I'm not sure anyone likes batting number 11. There's always a lot of pressure.
He top edges this one out into the deep. It doesn't quite carry down to Shima Holder out in the deep, who swats it down and prevents it going past him. Looks like Delayed is going to continue with the short ball policy.
David Bedingham now moving in behind square into a leg gully position, pushing Ben McKinney, who's on the boundary just in front.
Yeah.
Michael Goff just peering around to check he is in front of square. Matty Potts stood next to him as well at square leg.
This is top edge, it's up in the air. And again, doesn't quite carry down to Holder out in the deep.
Might need to come in a few yards,
I was just going to say, can he come in a few and just maybe really attack that, or is he taking the safe option there? It's hard to tell from here. Got a massive window frame in between me and him. Kind of obscured my view a little bit. Those hands on heads there from all the fielders. This one not quite as high, and Aspinwall does well.
Yeah, rolls the wrist really nicely there.
Yeah, played well. Just on top of his hip, wasn't it? Not high enough to really challenge him and make him out of control in the shot. That's what you're trying to do here. You're trying to make sure the batsman's not in control of the shot. Get them in a position, even though they know where the ball's coming, You want them out of their comfort zone and out of control. Oh, clever from Delayed. It goes full. Shamar. Sorry, it's Anderson Phillip on strike. Shamar Holder's been doing all the fielding in this over, and he's almost the double bluff has worked there. So he's expecting the short ball and fired at full. An inside edge. Managed to avoid the stumps. Phillips moved on to 25 now. Durham in search of one more wicket. Phillip gets an inside edge there to Beddingham, who gets around and does well in the field. Sure, them legs will be a little bit heavy after spending the majority of this match out there on the park.
Proper captain there, running all 4 helmets down the other ends. True team man is Scott Borthwick.
He just lives and breathes Durham cricket. Struggling with a little injury in his right arm at the moment. But still carrying all the helmets around.
Do you think that might be part of the reason why we've not seen him bowl, or?
I'm not sure. I don't think bowling is an issue. I think it's more of his elbow and throwing.
Yeah, I guess you shouldn't be using your elbow if you're following the rules.
Definitely not, especially bowling leg spin. It's almost impossible to throw a bowling leg spin. I'm sure there's some out there that can find a way.
In comes Holder now. Full this time. Played nicely there by Aspinwall through the covers. They're going to get back for a second. Just back foot punches that one beautifully through the covers. 100 now, the deficit. It's looking unlikely Lancashire might even get close to that. 9 down, 245 on the scoreboard for them. And just a collapse this morning, but all because of the brilliant bowling of Matt Potts. Full and straight again from Holder.
Yeah, Chris has emailed in to say exactly that. Great to see Potts bowling like this again, full of confidence. I'm glad to see him doing well with that Kookaburra ball. Maybe looked a bit out of sorts at the start of the season with those ultra flat pitches. England stuck with him, and Durham are reaping the rewards. The old saying, form is temporary, class is permanent. And he says that Hurst has also been superb in this match for Lancashire.
Down the leg side this time from Holder. Got a message in from David as well, who says the game we were talking about with Graham Onions, where he took 9 for, he had just been released from the England squad like Matt Potts.
There you go.
It's all lining up now, isn't it?
Lads from the northeast with something to prove.
It's great to see from Potts, you know, that he hasn't let being dropped affect him.
2 great men of Durham cricket. 2 great fast bowlers.
Defended well there from Aspinwall. A little bit of shape there perhaps from Holder. He's been much better today. He had a tough start to his Durham career on day one. Pretty expensive, but has really grown into it, and this morning now has bowled really nicely his first couple overs. 2 balls to go in them now. Short and pulled brilliantly there from Aspinwall. It's going to be tight though for a run out. Direct hit, it's close. Just misses. Didn't really get a hold of that one, did Aspinwall? But he sneaks through for a single anyway. Phillip back on strike for the final ball of the over.
Yeah, he's just deep enough out there Beddingham that he was able to get through pretty comfortably for a single there.
It would have taken something special, which we've already seen a lot of this game from
Bedders has
South Africa.
been special, hasn't he? But I'm not sure his shoulder's that special when it comes to throwing these days. Bouncer to finish the over.
I think Phillip will likely take it on. He's taken on a lot so far. A couple in the last over, that were tempting to Shamar Holder on the boundary out there at fine leg. Little changes to the field now. But it's up and it's in the air. Doesn't pick out a man though. They're going to push back for 2. Could be tight again though. but make it comfortably in the end. That's the leader doing the fielding there.
William Dobson's trying to ruin my day. I mean, I love the information that he gives me, but he is absolutely confirming that if we do get to 12:30, the sausage and mash will have to wait an extra half an hour because they're 9 wickets down, so, or 8 overs. So
You assume
Durham need to take a wicket for us to get our sausage and mash on time. That's what William's telling us.
we might even get it early if they get one now. 15 minutes till the scheduled lunch break and another half an hour, as Ash says there, or 8 overs after.
And that's a shot. Great fielding from Potts out in the deep, prevents that going for 4. And a brilliant throw back to the keeper. But again, nicely played that by Aspinwall. Got on top of that one. Not quite high enough from Deleda if he's looking to challenge him and make him, like I say, what you're trying to get here is the batsman to be out of control, not comfortable and out of control in their shot. And that's a good slower ball, that from Deleda.
You don't see a huge amount of those in red ball cricket, but
No.
it's a really nice one there. Just disguised it well.
He's got the skills, hasn't he? Comes from a white ball background. Obviously a lot of his cricket growing up and even up until last year would have been playing white ball cricket. It's his first opportunity with red ball with Durham, signing last year. And that is short, and this one is mishit and just dribbles back to Deleda.
Yeah, he looks to heave that hard into the leg side.
Yeah.
There's Anderson Phillip. There are men out there catching.
It's interesting that Potts is now down at fine leg and Holder's found himself keeping Michael Gough company at square leg. Might feel that Potts is the man to do the job down there. And this one is top edged, out of control, but will find space. And we'll find the boundary for 4 more. This is good cricket from all at the moment. I like Durham having a crack at this, and I love the fact that Anderson Phillip is taking this on, and that brings up to 250 for Lancashire. But for them, they're 9 down.
Yeah, looking to take it on is Phillip. He's been
Nice.
swinging hard so far.
Yeah, nice style there. He's raced on to 31 now. His 4th boundary. Does that hit him in the head?
No run taken there.
It's a dead ball signalled by the umpire, and we're going to have a little concussion test there for Anderson Phillip. This is called the physio on umpire Lloyd, which is the current protocols.
Have a little look around some of the other grounds where the county championship is also continuing. Nottinghamshire 249 for 7 currently, having been bowled out for 93 in response to Essex's 457. Going to be tight there. They currently trail by 115, and with only 3 wickets remaining, they're not in the greatest position. Couple wickets for Sam Cook, 1 for Jamie Porter, who took 5 in that first innings. 2 for Simon Harmer and 2 for Paul Walter as well. Then down in Canterbury, Kent in a not too dissimilar position. Hampshire made 403. Kent were asked to follow on after making only 207 in the first innings. Currently 138 for 5. Jack Leaning 24 not out. Now sort of having to bat with the tail. Top scorer at the moment, Twandam Yeye, 46 at the top of the order. And then the top of the table clash between Somerset and Surrey. Surrey 16 for none, having bowled Somerset out for 224. Surrey now need 205 to win. Rory Burns and Dom Sibley, the ex-England stars, at the top of the order. 5 for Shakib Al Hassan, though, in that third innings. It is undoubtedly going to be turning down there in Taunton. It turned last week against Durham, and it will turn again this week. All 10 wickets in Somerset's innings taken by the 2 spinners, Archie Vaughan, who took 6 for his maiden first-class fifer, and Jack Leach took the other 4. And finally in Division 1, Worcester host Warwickshire. Warwickshire 242 for 3 at the moment. Currently lead by 63 after being asked to follow on as well. A lot of follow-ons in this innings. They made 128 in reply to Worcestershire's 307. Baz the leader will now continue for his final ball of the over. And a big swing there. It's up in the air. It's going to go through the covers. Not going to reach the boundary. They're going to push for 2 to close out the over after he does pass the concussion protocol. Yeah, 120 for Will Rhodes, Durham's new signing for next season. He's batting well for Warwickshire alongside Hamza Sheikh, the England under-19 captain, who's 24 not out off 77. Just digging in, I think, trying to build an innings for the Birmingham-based side. And then Division 2, a couple games finished yesterday. Yorkshire managed to beat Leicestershire and to improve their hopes of promotion. Middlesex, on the other hand, taking on Gloucester, who are 88 for 3, after Middlesex were bowled out for 165 yesterday. 146 Gloucester needs. As Shamar Holder continues now, and defended well, just in behind by Aspinwall. Miles Hammond on 31 for Gloucester as they're looking to chase down. And they're not hugely involved in a promotion push, currently just 1 off bottom of the table. And Archie Bailey, the 19-year-old on debut, took 4 for Gloucester. 2 for Ryan Higgins and 1 for Tom Helm, though, in Gloucester's innings. Sussex also won by an innings and 87 yesterday. Comfortable win, which you would think would seal their spot at the top of Division 2 and would almost certainly give them promotion, particularly if Middlesex are struggling, which it looks like they might be against Gloucestershire. And finally, Northamptonshire won by 133 against Derbyshire. Pull shot there, lovely by Aspinwall, but picks out the man in front of square on the boundary. And will pick up just a single. And it is a no ball as well. He's had a few of these so far as Shamar Holder.
Yeah, and before we wrap up play today, just a reminder that the priority window is open for the 2025 internationals. So England versus West Indies in the men, Friday the 6th of June with a 6:30 start.
Just angled down the leg side from Holder.
And England women take on India women on Tuesday the 22nd of July. So you can contact us online, log into your account and access your tickets in the My Offers section. Or you can call the Boca office even on 01913871717. Or you can pop in and have a chat with Michael in the Welcome Hub and he'll give you all that you need there. Hospitality packages are available as well. So get in contact if you want your tickets for next year's internationals.
Oh, fierce there. Brilliant bouncer from Holder. Philip rides it well in the end, but just about fends it off. A little bit lucky. Could have got more of a glove and could have gone behind. There isn't a short leg or a silly point in there, though. He does have a little bit of opportunity to fend those off and for a little bit of safety. 258 for 9 now, Lancashire. Oh, and short again there. Plays inside the line. Sways away a fraction. Just the 1 ball to come now for Holder. 3 men out on that leg side boundary. Another in at leg gully. And Ben McKinney in there at square leg as well. Making sure he's in front of square though. Baz the leader now moving in front of square as well on the offside. From backward point to... Oh, he's coming in close as well, him and Matt Potts. Oh, it's tickled off his legs there too, McKinney. Slightly uppish, doesn't quite get all of it. Brings the over to an end. Just the no ball, which went for a single as well. Off it, just 3 runs. Philip on to 33 now, batting nicely. Aspinall on 10. 258 for 9 are Lancashire. And 97 behind Durham.
Toby, what are you doing on the 24th of September?
Not much, I don't think.
Well, believe it or not, there's still 250 tickets available for the international against Australia here. The Riverside on the 24th of September. So if you jump on the website, if you've got nothing to do on that day and you think, I want to watch Australia versus England, then get yourself some tickets. Limited tickets available. Just the 250 left. As the later comes in, I'm going to get a job selling ads. That's what I'm going to do.
That was so smooth as well.
Did you like that?
I really like that. I had no idea it was coming.
Do you know what? I remembered the date and I had to just check with Sam that it was the 24th because there's loads of signs around the ground saying that various roads are going to be locked off on the 24th as you drive in today. But yeah, what an opportunity to see Australia versus England here at the Seat Unique Riverside. Delayed looking to wrap things up. This finds the outside edge from Aspinall, but it will run away down to third man where Callum Parkinson gives the GPS a further workout as he chases that one down and keeps it down to 2.
Little ripple of applause and appreciation from the Durham fans down there in the Western Terrace. Yeah, the first England-Australia match was last night. The Aussies.
Yeah, who won that one again?
Australia took
Oh,
first
Australia
play.
won, did they? Yeah.
179 they made. Travis Head's brilliant at the top of the order, as he has been for the last few years.
He picked that, yeah, he belted 59, didn't he? I didn't get the chance to see. I might try and catch some highlights of that game, actually.
59 from 23 he made. That was all the difference, really.
I was over the back watching Michael Goff's Hartlepool United take on my Chesley Street United last night in the Durham FA Challenge Cup. And our kids are absolutely brilliant, winning 4-1 last night. Absolutely superb performance. Against, to be honest, a mainly academy side from Hartlepool, but there was a couple of senior players in there. It's a good game of football. Delayed a short. And Philip ducks under that one. I said if you're thinking of coming to that international, then there is still parking available, but it is running out fast as well. And there's some premium hospitality tickets that are also still available. Should be awesome, that.
Yeah,
One day international.
Two great sides.
Yeah. Australia just rebuilding a little bit, a few fresh faces. And England certainly with some fresh faces in their lineup. You might get to see England's Bryden Carse as well, playing in that game. Our very own Bryden Carse. Should be a great game and a great night. This one's clubbed away without any timing whatsoever. Out into the deep to Ben McKinney and pick up another single.
I think Matt Potts in the ODI squad as well. He is.
Yep.
Yeah. Obviously wasn't involved in the T20s because he was in the Test squad.
Tell you what, a couple of years ago he was in the ODI side. I don't even know if it was his debut actually. There was a game here. Jumps down the wicket and delayed a bowls a bouncer. And that ends the over. But I reckon it's got to be the hottest day in record in this area. It was about 40 degrees. And 40 degrees in Perth is, I'm not going to say it's comfortable, but you can handle pretty well. 40 degrees here, it was stinking. It was hot. There was people passing out. I think talk about the hospitality tent. I think the actual medical tent was the busiest there. People passing out left, right and centre. And I can remember I think Ryan mentioned about all hands on deck approach from Durham staff. I can remember all of them out handing out just bottles of water to people who were absolutely frying out in the crowd. It wasn't a particularly sunny day either. It was overcast. Oh, it was oppressive is probably the word I'm looking for. It was disgusting.
It's almost worse, I feel like, it's overcast because it's all just contained in.
Yeah. My wife, she came with me. She watched 2 overs and went, I'm going home. so she went and sat at home in front of about 3 fans. I think she hooked up. Going to see a bit of spin from Scott Warthwick. But yeah, I'm sure that was Potsy's ODI debut here. And I'm sure he passed out with heat stroke at one stage as well.
I like this from the skipper. Bit of mystery spin.
Yeah, new ball available in 2 overs.
In comes Borthwick. Was a good start there from him. Immediately on the money. Just rocks back and tapped into the leg side from Phillip though. As Ben Rain bowls that one in from the outfield. No doubt he'll be warming up with the new ball. Do you think they'll take it immediately, Ash?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, a little googly there perhaps from Borthwick. Just flighted that one a little bit outside off stump. It's good shape he's getting on the ball already, considering it's his first bowl of the game. Use of feet there from Asamoah, straight down the ground. Lovely shot there. Fizzes that one at Goff's head. But nails that one back past the bowler. And a lovely strike from Tom Aspinwall to bring up a boundary. He moves on to 17. Don't mind that though. I'm sure Borthwick doesn't mind that. Just floating up. Going to create chances that way as well. Just need the wicket. 75 runs the deficit still. Oh, and swept away nicely there. And he beats Alex Lees, I think that is. He's
Is that
not
face
moved
down?
off the floor. And it does run away for 4 as well. Does that one. A very fine sweep.
I hope that's shame and not injury. Is it Callum Parkinson there? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Brings up the 50 partnership from these two.
I think, yeah, disappointment more than anything else from Parkinson.
Yeah. Makes me nervous, that.
Yeah, he wasn't really moving much. Oh, and another lovely ball there from Borthwick. Bring Aspinwall onto the front foot this time. Final ball of the over now. Down the leg side and swept. Well from Aspinwall. Times it perfectly and it's going to run away for 4. He didn't try and hit that one too hard as he moves on to 25. But a lovely strike there. Just times that one to perfection.
Yeah, nicely played, wasn't it?
Yeah.
These two looking quite comfortable at the crease.
Yeah, only a few half chances. Nothing more than that. Maybe a couple top edges. And yeah, the pitch and the ball seemingly gone a little bit flat again now.
Tell you who might just be starting to get interested as well is Matthew Potts, thinking, I've got a chance at 9 here. If these get through to the new ball, I'm taking it and I'm running in.
He might have to wait for the 81st over as he's often bowled from the Finkel end down here, which Baz the Leeds bowling from now. Ben Rain probably will take that first over from the Lumley end, the far end for us. Swayed nicely there from Phillip.
Adelaide just trying to wrap this up. We're now past the scheduled lunch break. Lunch was due to be taken at 12:30. Now an extra half an hour as per the playing regulations. If the team is 9 wickets down, an extra half an hour will be taken. And I hope my sausage and mash is still warm when we get up there. Poor Sam, bless him, didn't even get lunch yesterday. An ongoing trend for Sam, missing out on lunches. Going to come round the wicket now, Deleda. This is heaved away out into the deep. 4 more to Phillip. Moves on to 39. And that deficit down to 66. Ultra aggressive approach, and why not against the short ball? Take it on.
Basically their only hope now, really, isn't it? These two have to somehow put on probably another 150,
Yeah,
you'd think, to have any chance.
at least.
They're going to probably have to bat until after team. Yeah, maybe even 200 they might have to put on from here.
And a well-directed bouncer that Philip ducks under. Didn't quite bounce as much as Philip thought there. Awful one, that is. It just skims across your back. You can almost feel it. I remember a couple of years ago being bounced by this lad called Gareth Wade who played at Northamptonshire, and he bowled me a bouncer, and I could just about feel it crawl past my neck at pace. It's a horrible feeling. He's going to go back over the wicket now, delayed it. And this is in the air. It's out to deep mid-wicket, where McKinney comes around and does the fielding, and they only get one. That's good work by the big fella. Been running around there with wicket-keeper's pads underneath his whites, as he's been in at short leg. Can we class him as a short leg?
Tall leg, I guess.
Yeah.
Giant leg.
The tallest short leg in the history of cricket. The wind just picking up again. Bastilleda running right into the teeth of it. And this is short, and it's helped around the corner by Aspinwall. Down to Matthew Potts, who is definitely thinking about having a bowl. Scotty Borthwick just getting his maths wrong there, picking up all the helmets and looking to try and get through to the next over. Still one ball left, mate.
And then the new ball.
Yeah, the new ball becomes available.
Sure, Ben Rain, Matt Potts will be ready and raring to go.
Just trying to see if anybody's really loosening up here at the moment. It's a slower ball from Deleda. Well bowled, but well played as well by Aspinwall. He'll pick up another single. And he's moved on to 27 now.
Ben Rain doesn't look to be warming up, actually.
That partnership's up to 60.
One of the biggest in the game for Lancashire.
Doing very well, these two.
Not sure. There's been many chances. They've done well to keep a lot of the short bowling at bay.
Matthew Potts launching the old ball out to the boundary. We want to be making sure that somebody gets that, because I'm sure will go on the mantelpiece. There's a nice trophy for Matthew. And he's going to grab that new ball. I wonder if I can swap it for one of the ones in front of our GoPro camera here. Which one do you reckon we could get for it?
You might have to offer him a new ball,
yeah, not the new one. Keeping the new one for me. In fact, I'm putting that in my pocket right now. It's gone. Never happened.
Unfortunately, you chose the wrong moment as the camera's now directly on you.
Very true. Very true. He can have one of the other ones. There's two available for him. He can get on with it. No, brilliant stuff from Matthew Potts.
Here he comes in now. 8 for already in the bag. Looking for 9. But left alone the first one there. Doesn't quite leap off the surface as that one. 2 slips. 3 on the offside. In front, Bastilleda just behind square. And Ben McKinney in the covers. And David Bedingham next to Matt Potts at mid-off. The other side, Ben Rain mid-on. Alex Lee's in there. Slightly short mid-wicket. And then the 2 men out there on the bouncer as well. Shamil Holder and Callum Parkinson. Oh, and he's tight there. He's tight. He's got him.
Out all day long.
Brilliant from Matt Potts. He picks up his 9th of the game. His 9th of the innings, sorry. His 12th of the game. Fantastic there. Philip goes for 41. And more importantly, Matt Potts, 9 he takes there.
9 for 68.
And that is the game. Durham take victory. A lot of points added to their total as they are now safe from relegation, you have to think. Lancashire, however, still down towards the bottom of the table in the relegation zone. A few points behind Nottinghamshire. And the final 2 weeks now are going to be a tough ask for those two teams to try and salvage anything and save themselves from relegation.
Look at that smile on the face of Matthew Potts. Absolutely outstanding performance from the local lad. Desperate to get into this game after being released out of the England squad. There will have been disappointment for him, but you've just got to say, Durham to take 20 wickets on this pitch has been an absolutely outstanding effort. Winning, what have they won by? An innings and 62 runs, 63 runs. Superb performance, and that's a proud moment. Ryan Campbell, you've got a feel for him at the moment, but this will make him feel very proud. He's obviously heads off home now to spend time with his family after the passing of his father, and he'll jump on that plane with his heart full, knowing that his boys have done brilliantly, picking up a huge victory, and probably, as you said, they're knowing that they are now playing Division 1 cricket again next year.
Yeah, huge rounds of applause there as Matt Potts leads the Durham side off the field. And he is the story. And considering David Bedingham scored 257 yesterday,
Wow.
that's almost forgotten as Matt Potts takes 9 for.
There's headlines everywhere, isn't it? You've got poor Colin Ackerman, 186, and he's sitting in behind Better's 270, whatever, 278 I think it was. The record partnership of 425. Then Potts comes out and takes 9 for.
Ben Rain took 5 in the first.
Mate, what a performance from Durham. And a really good... And you'd have to say that that's a team effort. You know, you've got 4 men standing up there and making vital contributions. And a big shout out as well to Vic and the ground staff who are now out. Looks like they're preparing for practice maybe for a couple of the second team lads that are around out in the centre. But Vic and the team have produced a great pitch. Lasted 4 days, more than comfortably, been lots of runs, and more importantly, Durham have been able to take 20 wickets and grab a victory. So, our next home game will be Kent at the back end of September. Just before that, as I said earlier, on the 24th is the International. England take on Australia here at the Seat Unique Riverside. But from Toby, myself, Stephen Ross, and Bumble, who isn't with us today, huge thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage. And we'll catch you in a couple of weeks when Durham return here to the Seat Unique Riverside.